TV5 News at 9, and it's time now for Medical Moments with Covenant Healthcare. Joining us this morning is Dr. James Fugazi. He is a radiation oncologist at the Covenant Radiation Center. Thank you so much for being here. How are you, doctor?
Thank you. Good morning. It's great to be here.
Great. We're so glad to have you. Doctor, it's time to celebrate. It is National Cancer Survivors Month because cancer is not a death sentence. We know that. So this month, we honor those who have beaten cancer. So what are some of the factors to overcoming cancer, doctor?
Well, I think a lot of things that we're seeing these days, particularly with National Cancer Survivors Month, is that even though we're seeing more and more cancer that's being diagnosed, particularly because of the growing population and the aging population, what we're seeing is decreased, an improvement actually, and increased survival. The basically, patients are living longer with cancer, and a lot of that has to do with just surviving longer and some of the treatments that we have available to people.
I love that. Now, in addition to research and technology, doctor, preventive screenings, that's really a key element in the fight against cancer. Tell us about those screenings, doctor.
Well, and it really is. And what we're seeing is now that the pandemic is hopefully starting to wind down, we're seeing that people are starting to get back to preventive screening. So that's really the big improvement in survival is catching cancers early and screening things like mammograms, low-dose CAT scans for people who have a smoking history, colonoscopies, PSAs, and really getting back to seeing a regular doctor. Other things that are important in terms of survival and screening also includes, healthy lifestyle, diet, exercise, smoking cessation, alcohol consumption. Those sorts of things are all helping to improve survival and part of our screening process for cancer patients.
That's a great tip. Make sure you get screened early. It's such a key element in surviving. And doctor, you're part of a very specialized cancer care team at Covenant Radiation Center. What's the role that radiation therapy plays in surviving, and what technologies do you have there at Covenant?
Well, radiation is just one of many ways that we treat cancer. That also includes surgery and chemotherapy. But radiation is basically painless X-ray treatment that we can give both externally and internally. And so radiation plays an important role in treating and curing a lot of cancers. Again, we work in a very multidisciplinary manner here at Covenant, and we have a lot of advanced technologies, particularly in the Tri-City areas, that includes our ability to watch tumors move inside of the body. We have some pinpoint radiation called stereotactic treatments where we're giving very high doses of radiation to small tumors, and that in and of itself has really helped to improve and cure cancers a lot better than we had even several years ago. And also here at Covenant, we're affiliated with MD Anderson Cancer Center out of Houston, Texas, which is probably one of the best cancer centers in the United States. And that offers us a lot of different treatment options, including clinical trials, and just a lot of different ways to treat people in the Tri-City area.
Well, doctor, you talked about screenings. You talked about health and diet and exercise, how important that is for surviving cancer. What else do you want people to know? Why it's important and what you can do to help survive cancer?
I just think it's important that, again, as we see cancer patients living longer with cancers, really it's the early detection, it's the screening, and it's getting to your doctor and really coming to a large multidisciplinary comprehensive cancer center like we have here at Covenant, where we can treat everybody with, again, different technologies, but treating patients with cancer is not just the actual treatment, it's also the supportive care, the mental health aspect of cancer, the social support services, and all the different things that go into cancer care, which is really important.
Sure. And doctor, besides you being extremely knowledgeable, that comes across, of course, I can tell that you love what you do and you're very passionate about your work there. So why do you and your team at Covenant love working with patients and doing what you do?
I just think that getting to know patients, spending a lot of time with them, especially terminal patients at the end of their life, we really enjoy dealing with them and their families and helping them through a difficult time. And I think that's what's the most gratifying part of cancer treatment.
Anything else, doctor, that you'd like to add when it comes to surviving cancer? People get that diagnosis. Sometimes they think, oh my gosh, cancer. But you're telling us, be positive about it. There are things to help. It's not a death sentence.
That's really true. And again, patients are just living so much longer with cancer in the last couple of decades that it doesn't mean it's always a terminal diagnosis for people. There's a lot of hope and a lot of technology and a lot of research that's been going on in recent years.
And it is Cancer Survivors Month, so we want to congratulate all of those who are out there battling and fighting cancer. You can do it. Stay positive. Thank you, doctor, for being here this morning. We appreciate it.
Have a great day. Thank you.
You as well. Thank you, doctor. If you'd like any additional information on today's topic, just head on over to the Hot Links page on WNEM.com. See you, doctor.